Try free online professional cloud security engineer exam dumps for your preparation. 1. A customer needs an alternative to storing their plain text secrets in their source code management (SCM) system. How should the customer achieve this using Google Cloud Platform? A. Use cloud source repositories, and store secrets in Cloud SQL. B. Encrypt the secrets with a customer-managed encryption key, CMEK, and store them in cloud storage. C. Run the Cloud Data Loss Prevention API to scan the secrets, and store them in Cloud SQL. D. Deploy the SCM to a compute engine VM with local SSDs, and enable preemptible VMs. Answer: B. 2. Your company is using Cloud Dataproc for its Spark and Hadoop jobs. You want to be able to create, rotate, and destroy symmetric encryption keys used for the persistent disks used by Cloud Dataproc. Keys can be stored in the cloud. What should you do? A. Use the Cloud Key Management Service to manage the Data Encryption Key, DEK. B. Use the Cloud Key Management Service to manage the Key Encryption Key, KEK. C. Use customer-supplied encryption keys to manage the Data Encryption Key, DEK. D. Use customer-supplied encryption keys to manage the Key Encryption Key, KEK. Answer: B. 3. You perform a security assessment on a customer architecture and discover that multiple VMs have public IP addresses. After providing a recommendation to remove the public IP addresses, you are told those VMs need to communicate to external sites as part of the customer's typical operations. What should you recommend to reduce the need for public IP addresses in your customer's VMs? A. Google Cloud Armor. B. Cloud NAT. C. Cloud Router. D. Cloud VPN. Answer: B. 4. A customer is running an analytics workload on Google Cloud Platform, GCP, where compute engine instances are accessing data stored on cloud storage. Your team wants to make sure that this workload will not be able to access, or be accessed from, the Internet. Which two strategies should your team use to meet these requirements? Choose 2. A. Configure private Google access on the compute engine subnet. B. Avoid assigning public IP addresses to the compute engine cluster. C. Make sure that the compute engine cluster is running on a separate subnet. D. Turn off IP forwarding on the compute engine instances in the cluster. E. Configure a Cloud NAT gateway. Answer: A, B. 5. Your company is using G Suite and has developed an application meant for internal usage on Google App Engine. You need to make sure that an external user cannot gain access to the application even when an employee's password has been compromised. What should you do? A. Enforce two-factor authentication in G Suite for all users. B. Configure Cloud Identity-Aware Proxy for the App Engine application. C. Provision user passwords using G Suite Password Sync. D. Configure Cloud VPN between your private network and GCP. Answer: A. 6. You have a highly sensitive BigQuery workload that contains personally identifiable information, PLL, that you want to ensure is not accessible from the Internet. To prevent data exfiltration, only requests from authorized IP addresses are allowed to query your BigQuery tables. What should you do? A. Use service perimeter and create an access level based on the authorized source IP address as the condition. B. Use Google Cloud Armor security policies defining an allow list of authorized IP addresses at the global HTTPS load balancer. C. Use the Restrict Allowed Google Cloud APIs and Services Organization policy constraint along with Cloud Data Loss Prevention, DLP. D. Use the Restrict Resource Service Usage Organization policy constraint along with Cloud Data Loss Prevention, DLP. Answer. A. 7. A customer is collaborating with another company to build an application on Compute Engine. The customer is building the application tier in their GCP organization, and the other company is building the storage tier in a different GCP organization. This is a 3-tier web application. Communication between portions of the application must not traverse the public Internet by any means. Which connectivity option should be implemented? A. VPC peering, B. Cloud VPN, C. Cloud Interconnect, D. Shared VPC. Answer. A. 8. Your team sets up a shared VPC network where Project Co-VPC Prod is the host project. Your team has configured the firewall rules, subnets, and VPN gateway on the host project. They need to enable Engineering Group A to attach a Compute Engine instance to only the 10.1.1.0/24 subnet. What should your team grant to Engineering Group A to meet this requirement? A. Compute network user role at the host project level. B. Compute network user role at the subnet level. C. Compute shared VPC admin role at the host project level. D. Compute shared VPC admin role at the service project level. Answer. B. 9. A customer needs to prevent attackers from hijacking their domain, IP and redirecting users to a malicious site through a man-in-the-middle attack. Which solution should this customer use? A. VPC flow logs, B. Cloud Armor, C. DNS security extensions, D. Cloud Identity Aware Proxy. Answer. C. 10. Your security team uses encryption keys to ensure confidentiality of user data. You want to establish a process to reduce the impact of a potentially compromised symmetric encryption key in Cloud Key Management Service, Cloud KMS. Which steps should your team take before an incident occurs? Choose to A. Disable and revoke access to compromised keys. B. Enable automatic key version rotation on a regular schedule. C. Manually rotate key versions on an ad hoc schedule. D. Limit the number of messages encrypted with each key version. E. Disable the Cloud KMS API. Answer. B. D.